Donald Trump's top advisor, Elon Musk, took to his own platform, X, earlier today to announce that his son is dead. The world's richest person says, "My son Xavier died. He was killed by the woke mind virus. Now the woke mind virus will die." If you don't know, Elon's child now goes by Vivian and is very much alive and transgender, and thankfully, she says, she is estranged from her father. If you also don't know, many to most trans people don't like being referred to by their, quote, dead name. Elon referring to his child as Xavier is clearly a diss, and hello, so is saying that they're dead. This was in response to this. I've blurred out some words that I don't want the intelligence to pick up. But this person wrote, "Don't people realize that we hate that Adolf dude, not for doing a quirky salute, but for killing millions of people? Has Elon killed even a single person? No. And just because his son, daughter, says something, that doesn't necessarily make it true." Elon's daughter Vivian said in a new interview that the rally gesture was definitely an Adolf salute. And that's what made him respond this way. Elon did not like that his own child alleged that he is who he is. Well, Vivian saw that and took to Threads, which is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, and wrote, "Ew, gross, I'll deal with this nonsense in a bit. For now, a simple ratio will suffice." Meaning, she didn't like that his post got all of these likes. And thanks to this prompt from the very social media savvy 20-year-old, boom, her post got 56,000 likes over on Threads. "That was quick," she commented. And she did get around to responding to the nonsense from her biological father. Vivian shared this video, which she also posted on her Talkie Tick, that had an audio that said, "I look pretty good for a dead bitch. And you don't, biological father." And she really does look good. Vivian is on the cover of Teen Vogue and getting a lot of headlines for what she says there. Let's go over some of the juiciest bits. In her first ever published interview, Jenna tells Teen Vogue, quote, "I have a sharp tongue. When you spend all of COVID lockdown in online communities of queer people who are constantly getting into drama and trying to read each other, you learn how to make a response very quickly, and you learn how to be funny and snap at someone else in a comedic way. Getting into fights with other queer teenagers, that's how you learn to be quick and witty." And she is. And that's something Elon is not. And while Vivian is estranged from her dad, she remains close to her mother, Justine Wilson, Elon's first wife. Mom says Vivian has always had an uncompromising sense of who she is. She is big, fierce, wild, multi-layered magic. Aww. Obviously, she speaks about being trans in this interview, telling the publication, "I don't feel like people realize that being trans is not a choice." Obviously, it's not just trans people that are affected by the current administration. She mentions marginalized groups such as undocumented immigrants and people of color. "I'm really trying to do more advocacy on that front since the current administration has kind of been like a wrecking ball in that regard." Elon's daughter is currently living in Tokyo, where she is studying, and she's been openly trans for quite some time now. Of her decision to come out to her parents and to the world, she says, there was one night, it was 11 p.m., and I was like, I know for a fact I am trans. I had known for a few months at that point, and I was like, I cannot effing do this anymore. That was the point where puberty was really picking up and everything in my life was completely falling apart. I was having mental breakdowns in the middle of class. I could not get through days. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to rot, pretty much. It was like, I cannot do this anymore. If I stay in the closet, this is going to take me down a very destructive path. Then she reveals, I posted it on my public IG story 2 days before I told my mom. I do regret that. If I were to do it again, she deserves to be the first one to know. She says that her mother was very supportive, but her dad was not. Sharing, he was not as supportive as my mom. First of all, I had not talked to him in months. In months. Yeah, Elon's not a very involved parent. When asked if she's on good terms with her siblings, she says, that's a question. I will say, I do not actually know how many siblings I have if you include half-siblings. That's a fun fact. She says that she found out about so many births of her half-siblings through social media. And now that we've warmed up, she really sank her claws into her biological father. Speaking of that salute, she says that N-word, N-A-Z to the I, salute, was insane. Honey, we're going to call a fig, and we're going to call an N salute what it is. That was definitely an Adolf salute. But, she adds, I don't give an F about him, her biological father. And now that she's gotten all of this attention because of Elon and thanks to social media, Teen Vogue asks Vivian, do you ever feel scared? He's the richest man in the world. His daughter says, he's a pathetic man-child. Why would I feel scared of him? Oh, he has so much power. Nah, I don't give an F. Why should I be scared of this man? Because he's rich? Oh no, I'm trembling. Oh, shivering in my boots here. I don't give an F how much money he has. I don't. I really don't. He owns Twitter. Okay, congratulations. People thrive off of fear. I'm not giving anyone that space in my mind. The only thing that gets to live free in my mind are drag queens. Here's an interesting follow-up. Have your parents' politics changed? Was Elon always like this? Then she says, I'm not going to answer that. I'm sorry. His views are not because of me. It's such a convenient narrative that the reason he turned right is because I'm an effing Tranny, and that's just not the case. Him going further on the right, and I'm going to use the word further, make sure you put further in there, is not because of me. That's insane. Then she drops this revelation. I haven't talked to him since 2020. That was almost half a decade ago at this point. Thank God, she adds. But it's not all bad and drama. Teen Vogue asks her, where do you find joy these days? And she says, I've constantly been checking up on my friends who have also been checking up on me. I'm really interested in drag. I love drag. I have such an appreciation for the art form. And I would love to participate in the LA scene sometime. It's on my bucket list to win a drag pageant. Elon, I'm sure, will not be thrilled, but I would love that. You go, Viv! So, Elon's child is very much still alive, and she's thriving, despite him. Thoughts on all that we've discussed? Let's get to it in the comment section.